Let's talk about the word self. Let us begin with the already known knowledge, the ship of Theseus, which is a thought experiment about whether an object, which has had all of its original components replaced, remains the same object. Although this thought experiment uses an object, and not a living thing, we will try to apply it to our physical body. If one will remove one of his limbs, such as a hand or a leg, he will still be himself, but without a hand or a leg. But if one moves his brain to a different body, we say, he have changed bodies, because our unique identifier in the 3D universe is our brain, which holds our spirit, also known as thoughts. Now that we understand that our unique identifier in the 3D universe is our brain, let us continue with another thought experiment. What if we copied our brain and put it in another body? Will it be ourselves? Could my brain use his body? And now, we get to our second understanding. The brain cannot violate the rules of nature, to be considered the same self. In order to move from one point to another in our 3D universe, our physical brain must first go through all the points in between. Thus, if we copy our brain, it can never be in the same 3D physical location as the original brain. Thus it will see everything from a different angle. Imagine you, and your copy, trying to exit the same door. Each brain sees the door from his angle, since they cannot exist in the same location at the same time. Thus, one body will have to go the right to reach the door, while the other need to go to the left to reach the door. And since you cannot go through the door together, thus you cannot experience the same things. Thus the two cannot behave exactly the same. Thus they are not the same. Now, for our next subject, what are dreams? To be short, in the world of computers, there is a mechanism called defragmentation, that is responsible for rearranging the data on a storage medium, such as a hard disk drive, for efficient storage and access. Now, when the brain rearranged the data it has collected for the day, we experience it as dreams, which explains why they don't make sense most of the time. And, if you don't regularly defrag your hard drive, your computer may run slowly, or may take a long time to start up, and if a hard drive is too fragmented, your computer may freeze up or not start at all. We call it sleep deprivation, and for us humans, judgment is affected, memory is impaired, and there's deterioration in decision-making ability, eye-hand coordination, and if we don't sleep for a really long time, it can cause death. Sounds familiar? So, we are, in essence, organic machines, programmable just like the other animals, but unlike other animals, we can comprehend this idea, and program ourselves, and also, prevent others from programming us in ways we do not approve. This is also called, know thyself. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have been enlightened.